After months of waiting on a bug fix, Forgotten Paths is finally back, and we're jumping straight into Vault Number 4's Expedition. Today we're running the Tuz Actaeon to install an underground research module, but the real challenge hits long before we reach the vault. I definitely didn't pick the best route on the way back to the Mars base, and the terrain outside almost took us out more than once. Let's get back into it and finish what we started. Hey guys, they did it! We made it! We are back in Sedona. We are finally ready to pick up where we left off the last time we played. The last episode of the Forgotten Paths series came out on October 8th, and that was probably recorded in September. So we're looking at 2 months ago since the last time we were able to play in the Sedona region. We had advanced through probably like 5 episodes or so. This is the 9th expedition of the series, so we have been waiting to finish it. I think there's 14 expeditions, but here we are finally. We're in Sedona, and we were finally able to enter the expedition Vault Number 4. Today we are in the Tuz Actaeon, and I brought this today because one of the challenges for this is to do it with just an off-road vehicle. So I brought this, and actually over at the other base I have the Lodestar. And I put that over at the other base because that's where the helipad is. So if we want to fly in the Lodestar, we'll be able to do that. But we haven't explored much going this way south. So we're going to try to, we got to start all the way at the north, and we're going to come to the south right over here to get to Vault Number 4. All right, guys. So if you remember, back when we started this is the first DLC for the game Expeditions, first paid DLC. It was Cave Odyssey. And we've been exploring a forgotten civilization, and we've been looking for answers and working with scientists. And the last episode we did, we had helped them with a we helped them simulate a Martian meteor shower, and all those tests came through positive, and they're ready to move on further with the next step. And we need to help them set up an underground research module. So I think we're going back underground into the caves. The update came out, I think, on Thursday. At the time of recording, this is Saturday, November 22nd, so it's been out for a couple days. And the first thing I did when I saw that the update came out was go to the patch notes, and I just had to see, like, did they fix it? Because there's always a chance that they wouldn't, or that it was a problem they weren't willing to admit they had. Like, it's not an us problem, it's a you problem. Enough people complained, filed tickets that yes, they have indeed fixed it. So I'm really happy we're able to do it. Okay, so Amber Sky, Bittersweet, new DLC released for Expeditions, but as most of you know, that is the final DLC for Expeditions. That's it. That's all we get. So I looked at the overview of it, and it has, I think, 30 some expeditions in it, so it's much larger than the other DLCs they released, which kind of goes hand in hand with what they do with SnowRunner, right? SnowRunner, the year pass, usually the first 3 regions are 1 or 2 maps, and then the last one they call an expansion, and it's 4 maps. So this isn't 4 maps, but it's got, 3 times as many expeditions in it as the regular DLCs, so that's good news. The sad part is that's it's over, right? That's done. But we still have a lot of expeditions we can cover here on the channel. We've barely scratched the surface. We're gonna get this one. Oh, unfortunate. That was unfortunate, wasn't it? Okay, let's get this flipped over. Good thing I brought this. That was unfortunate. Let's get up here and turn around. Where was I at? Alright, this is looking a little easier to cross. But anyway, we still have a lot of expeditions to cover here on the channel. We don't need new content released to release new content on the channel. There's plenty in the game we haven't seen yet. So we're going to keep working through this one, our Forgotten Paths DLC, which is from the Cave Odyssey DLC. It's the first paid DLC, so that's what we're working on now. And while we were waiting for... This doesn't look fun to cross, does it, guys? While we were waiting for that to come out, I released a couple episodes of, what was it? This is a Breaking Ground DLC. It was the free DLC, so I mean, is it a DLC? Not really, but yeah. So we had that one. I think we just finished Expedition 2 out of like 9, so you know that one's not going to take us too long to get through. But we're gonna push through the Forgotten Paths, and we're gonna get done with this first. And then we'll probably, after we get those 2 series done, then we'll go into Amber Sky. And you know, maybe I won't wait till we're done. Maybe I'll do them simultaneously, whichever one I feel like. Who knows, right? Let's see if we can. Hopefully, we can winch onto that right there. I was hoping we could winch onto that tree, but it wasn't an actual tree. We're not really having any problem getting through here, though, so that's fine. All right, we are across the river. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad there. Okay, looks like we're not quite done yet, though. Got a couple more crossings here. I remember doing this in the Raptor. This part was kind of a pain, if I remember right. Let's try to hit this just right here. Yeah, it's just kind of a pain. I did bring some anchor points, so we'll anchor that. Let's see if we can force ourselves up there. There we go. This is a little bit higher clearance than we had with the Raptor. Okay, so this next one, I almost feel like we should just go ahead and put out a winch point. Ooh, that is deep. Oh man, that is deep. Okay, we may have made a mistake here. Let's hurry up and get this out. Let's get this up here. Come on. Alright, let's hope we didn't drift too far here that we can't save it. Yeah, that was really deep. We should have put that out first, because we could have got it up further where we needed it. I think we're going to be okay, but we're going to have to waste repair parts on this when I might have needed them for a bridge, so that is some deep water there. Alright, once we get up here, okay, we're good. Once we get up here, let's repair this engine. Well, that was really unfortunate. I could have done a much better job of getting that out before I just tried to drive straight into the river. That wasn't super smart, but okay. Now, let's take a look. Yeah, it's looking good. Alright, we don't have too far to go, so we'll turn up this way. Start heading to the vault. I think we had to bring a hydro monitoring system today for this. So we must be going into the cave, I would imagine, and then going below ground to we're a little short on supplies for getting that bridge in. That's unfortunate. See? That mistake? That mistake cost us right there. We are not able to cross that now. We're going to have to find another way. Is there a supply drop anywhere around that I see? Okay, so we're going to have to go the other way. Yeah, anyway, like I was saying, we had to bring a hydro monitoring system. So I'm guessing we're going to need to go down in the cave and put that in some... There's some water features down there. Well, this way doesn't seem like it's going to be too bad. Alright, let's shut this off. Let's have a look around with our drone. Could go that way. I don't think it'd be terrible going. I think we'll go that way. We're going to go around the left side. Let's also give ourselves some fuel. We'll have to keep our eyes out for supply drop, so it would be nice to top off those supplies and fuel so we don't have to bring our other vehicle out here, the Lodestar. If at all possible, I'd like to finish the expedition with just this. So I have to hope that, you know, Expeditions is canceled, basically. I have to hope the reason it's canceled is because they're going to take everything they learned from Expeditions, which I would hope is a lot. I hope they learned a lot from Expeditions. And they're going to apply that and the resources that they would have used to continue this game to start building what essentially I'll call SnowRunner 3, which, I mean, could be anything, right? It could be Jungle Runner, Sand, whatever, you know, pick whatever you want. But let's hope the things that they've learned from Expeditions and even Roadcraft, hopefully the things they learned from those games in SnowRunner, they're able to combine. Ooh, we are living on the edge. Good. Need to get up on there. Let's get up here where we're safe. I should just use... If I can not use an anchor point, I really... Okay, but yes, if they take all the things they learned from Roadcraft, SnowRunner, and Expeditions, and they apply that to the next game, I mean, we're going to get an amazing game, right? We are going to get an absolutely amazing game. It looks like this is a dead end. There's no reason here. No reason at all. We need to go down. So we're going to go back and go down that direction without falling off right here, because this right here is a risky spot. Let's try to weave this just right. Oh, we're just a little top heavy. Okay. You're okay. I drove this truck a lot in Arizona, so I'm pretty familiar with how it handles. So I'm pretty good at pushing the limits with this truck. Okay, there we go. Alright, we'll get down the hill. I mentioned Roadcraft, and speaking of Roadcraft, I saw that we have an update on Roadcraft in March. Let's back up. In December, we are getting the DLC they already told us about. It comes with the rebuild expansion, and it's like, I think 3 forestry vehicles, right? 3 or 4 forestry vehicles. That's only minorly exciting to me. Only minorly exciting. Okay, looks like we have an upgrade right here. Perfect. Get upgrade. Rock crawling kit. Nice. For the Sheba Overlander. Okay, cool. We haven't used that yet, but we definitely will. Alright, so right down there's the Mars base. Okay, well, since we have no supplies for that, we're going to have to find another way down. Man, having to waste those supplies on that engine really did not help us at all. Alright, so we got to find a different way down. Should be able to put something together over here. We might have to use an anchor ourselves out and get down. I just don't want to go any direction where I'm going to have to go straight down, because then I'm going to get stuck. Just not seeing a very good way down on this. It's kind of not good. We'll go down here because maybe we can winch to that tree to pull the front of our truck down if we need. So we'll go down right here. Ooh, that was close. That doesn't get much closer than that. Okay, so let's put out anchor right here. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's go nice and slow here. That worked out better than I thought. We're not going to need to worry about using that tree. Alright, it's not going to hurt us to get down one more level. Is there any way to get down right here? Try to keep going this way and see if we can find a way down. There might be something right up here we can do. Fit down in this ravine? No, for sure not. Okay, I knew that was probably going to happen. We're getting impatient. Let's see. Like, why does it make us go so high? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Okay, there we go. All right. Still no way down. This is insane. I really don't think there's anything up here, but we can check one more time. I mean, we might be able to sneak down that way. Or we could just end up getting stuck also. Put this out. I'm not sure of the range we have on this thing either. Why is it not moving? Alright, let's go down. Okay, yes. Oh, that worked out a little bit better than I expected. I'll take it. I will take it. Nice. Oh, man. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, we got really lucky there. But we have made it down to the Mars base, so if you forgot what it looks like, this is what it looks like. Now we just gotta get right on down there to that flag. Boy, I can tell you, I don't think we took the best way down here, but we made it nonetheless. Okay. We are here. Bring the first supply crate on board. Module parts crate, 0 of 2. Bring the second supply crate and battery power unit on board battery. Okay, so let's go pick up whatever we need over here. Okay, we have that. And now we need to go pick up the module crate parts, which must be over there. Alright, let's get these 2 crates and we'll probably be ready to head down into the cave. Alright, we are good to go. Take the crates to the cave. Hydro monitoring system. Set up hydro monitoring system. Okay, so we gotta go set all that stuff up in the cave. What is this? So we can go in either of those? Well, obviously we'll go in the one where we're at. Right? Not like we want to drive across the map. Okay, so I have an idea here, actually. We are going to... Let's shut this off. We are going to go jump up into the Lodestar. Let's go run this to the helipad, and we're going to take this. We're going to teleport over to the Actaeon. Yes. Okay. Okay, so we have this here now. Let's shut this off. Alright, now go back to the Actaeon. Let's borrow some fuel. Let's borrow some fuel from these guys. Okay. And while we're at it, let's just go ahead and add some. Alright, we'll leave them that much. Take some parts. Heck, we might as well, let's just put that in there just in case. And we'll throw that in there just in case. Okay. Alright, so let's take this into the cave. Of course, the truck's going to be too. Whoops. So that's how you do that. Cool, I wondered. Alright, let's go in the cave. It's been a while. A couple months since we've been here. Normally we have something much smaller down here than an off-road truck, but looks like our first area is not too far away. Turn that down just a little bit. This thing's going to be a little top-heavy in here. The Lodestar would have been much more stable, but it's also much wider and might get stuck. Alright, let's deliver this here. Got our hydro monitoring system in place. And now we just need to go down and get a couple module crates down here. That doesn't look like it's too far away. At least one of them. Alright, let's head up here. You do not need your headlights in the caves. See, it's fairly bright. So sometimes I forget to turn them on for the videos. But then when I go back and watch the video, I'm like, oh, it's darker than it should be. Alright, we delivered those. Connect the solar power cells to the underground module. So we have to go back out of the cave, I think. There's our gateway there. Alright, let's go back to the Azure River. Alright, just straight ahead. Is this it, you think? Oops. Is this going to be it? You know, we haven't, but it feels like we've done this one before. Do you feel that way? I know I do. Like, there's nothing new or groundbreaking in this one. I thought it was going to be a little bit different than what we experienced. This might not be it, though, but it sure feels like it's going to be. We might have to buy a new off-road truck, something new. We've used this a couple times and we've used the Lodestar. It might be time to get a different one. Alright, let's give them their battery. Expedition success. We got every one of our bonus rewards, so that's exciting. We tried to bring our research down here before, but it didn't work out. Now our base is fully functional, all thanks to you. By the way, do you know how to amplify the Wi-Fi signal in the cave? I'd like to post a couple photos on my socials, but at this rate it'll take until tomorrow morning to upload them. Yeah, okay. Alright guys, well that's going to do it for this episode. It was so good to get back in the Forgotten Paths and not be stuck. It's one thing to have a series not going anywhere because you don't feel like playing it, but man, when you really want to play it and it just doesn't work, it's so frustrating. So it was good to be back. Thanks everyone who watched. If you enjoyed the episode, please hit that like button. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel. You'll see this series continue along with many others. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.